Save your opinion for the
Ladies and
wolves.
gentlemen, hush out there, my reviewers. Hush, hush, hush. You spoiled my intro. How dare you?
Oh, brilliant
So,
wilderness with this one.
welcome to Chaos. Welcome to MPJ, New Musical Album Review Show. Ladies and gentlemen, we travel the four corners of the world. We bring you rock from all around the world to you, whether it's here in the UK or Holland. But sometimes we like to blend. We like to bring in promises of the East and the Middle East, which we've done here today, was we review a band called Myrath, I think is how we pronounce it, Myrath, and Wilderness of Mirrors. Will it be full of Eastern promise? Let's find out. Let's start with our Dutch promise first of all, shall we? Pete! Now, this is going to be kind of interesting because I really had the feeling that I don't know if you get that Eastern promise in this album, and was it your bag?
Well, what I'm about to say may piss off a lot of people, so I'm going to put a disclaimer in here. It's me. I'm at fault here. I'm the problem. It's not the music. It's not anyone else.
Oh, Pete,
I'm the
people watch
problem.
the show. People watch the show. They know this. They know this, Pete.
First time watchers, first time listeners. I'm Pete, and I'm the problem. Okay. I wake up and I choose violence every day, and you'll often hear me saying, if you ask me how you're doing, I often say, still alive and about to make it everyone's problem. So here I am, still alive and about to make it everyone's problem. This band is French, Tunisian, Indian, apparently has a lot of different influences and does a lot of crazy things with their sounds to the point where critics and fans have dubbed it blazing desert music. Then how come, and we've talked about it oftentimes, all I'm hearing is power metal. And you know how I feel about power metal. They just all sound the same. So I'm not seeing the uniqueness. I'm not seeing anything crazy. It's just a normal, run-of-the-mill, 13 in a dozen power metal band. Fans of this band, please don't kill me. Don't be misled by Nigel. I don't live in the Netherlands. I live way on the other side of the world. I'm actually Australian, mate. How you going? So yeah.
I don't apologize for something that doesn't kind of suit your earworm. That's that. I mean, otherwise I'd have the whole metalcore generation hunting me down in Holland.
Oh yeah, they currently are. Like
we're just fighting
preparing for the hunt.
Now,
like your birthday party coming up. Enjoy it. It may be your last. Like the metalcore community is getting together. We're coming for you.
You're more than welcome to come to my birthday party in Holland, just outside of Amsterdam, where I'm hosting my party. Of course, in your back garden. More than happy to do that. So.
Oh, this is the great thing. People outside of the Netherlands only know Amsterdam in the Netherlands, and I don't live in Amsterdam, so they're not going to find me.
I know this. I don't want them all banging on your door. So, Simon, power metal aficionado, what do you think?
Yeah, if you hadn't said something about them being influenced by lots of different things, I'd have said, this is just a generic power metal band. I heard none of this Middle Eastern progressiveness or whatever it is you want to call it. Yeah, they just sound like a generic power metal band. What am I not hearing? That's a bit weird. Yeah, I mean, it certainly was atmospheric and cinematic, and it had all these, the grandiose of power metal that I'd expect. And it's got that sort of, theatrical stuff. I think The Funeral was a great opening. You expect these sort of long tracks of these kind of bands, but thankfully the actual album itself still keeps inside that, 40, 50-minute sweet spot, which is nice. And yeah, there's some interesting stuff. Like I said, The Funeral was opening. Soul of My Soul was really beautiful. Edge of the Night was my favorite track. I really liked that one. I think it just had enough sort of going on to make it it fit the theme of what they were going for, which I really liked. Yeah, I enjoyed it, but it did just sound like most of the power metal bands that we're listening to these days, which sounds a bit rude, but we listen to a lot of them. and you really have to do something totally weird and unique to stand out these days. But that's not to say it's bad. It definitely was. It was good. I would definitely listen to more of them. I would love to hear more of what they say. And like, yeah, like I don't really know what to say. So long as he keeps his vocals inside that register of like where it doesn't sound someone like squashing his bollocks and he goes up to the high notes or anything, it's absolutely fine. So yeah, it's just that's the bit that ruins power metal for me. When someone's still like, so yeah, it ruins it, and he never hit that. So it sounds for me, it's like it's very similar to like the new Camelot or Master Plan and stuff like that. So I enjoyed it. I think it was really good. And Edge of the Night went onto my favorite playlist. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I enjoyed it, but I had no idea about all this weird influence, like blending of cultures that you're on about. I that went over my head.
Lauren, did it go over your head?
Oh no, I heard it. Like for me, it was very obvious. But I mean, I have again. It's a difference in listening and perception. Like for me, I had one of my old friends when I used to review albums for a magazine. It was one of those things where the guy who was running it, who I was submitting my music reviews to, he was like, "Why are you picking out all this stuff that no one else is sort of noticing on the team and that?" And I was like, "Oh, well, that's everything that I hear." And he was like, "Oh, you know that's classed as an audio file, right? Like you can pick all these tiny things up." And I was like, "Oh, well, that's just how my ears work, my dude." So, yeah, for me, it was very much a case of it was symphonic. There was some prog in it because it had the Middle Eastern influences and stuff to me. Yes, I literally, my first line on my notes is literally symphonic prog metal meets Middle Eastern folk. And it's sort of that weird mashed together. And overall for me, it sort of like gave this very cinematic, one of the things that I always find with power metal is the power metal that I do enjoy, it's always the shit. It sounds like you're going to play like you're going on a D&D adventure. Or like something along those lines where it's got that sort of theming to it. And for me, this had that. I'm going to be one of those people. The fact that the cover is AI and stuff when...
I missed that.
Yeah, I'm not one to like poop on people who use AI and stuff. I think it's a very valuable tool. But if you're going to put out an album or something that has a lot of generative creative work that isn't a placeholder, for me, there is no goddamn reason why you shouldn't set money aside, especially as a power metal band that's all about theatrics and imagery, to pay someone to do it. Like, the band's called Myrath. The cover invoked Myrath. I was so pissed about it. I was like, why do that? Like, you could have got like a fantasy artist or something to listen to the album and make something so gorgeous for you. But it was just like, no, what? Why do you do this? Don't do it. No. But yeah, overall for me, I really liked the sort of like Middle Eastern vibes and threads that were through it. I think it added a nice bit of spice to it. It gave it some of that flavour. But overall for me, compared to, like someone was saying, we listened to a lot of power metal, especially for me, who didn't listen to any before coming on the show. For me, it's one of those things where in the ocean of everything that we listened to, it was a droplet. It didn't quite hit right for me. It was just, okay, it's cool. But aside from that, no, it was okay.
So you're absolutely right. It is a lot of this is generic power metal, but I don't know how you didn't hear those musical kind of Middle Eastern kind of instruments and vibes that run through the whole album, which definitely accentuated, definitely uplifted a lot of it. Edge of Night, I absolutely agree. Absolute cracker of a tune. That obviously made my kind of playlist as well. And however, and I was worried about this band because sometimes when they have this kind of Middle Eastern influence, it comes to the front, and it's very then alien kind of to your listening, and then it takes forever, to maybe get yourself immersed in this. I think Rolling Stones done something similar. I can't remember the album, and they were entranced by that kind of Middle Eastern kind of culture, and they brought an album out, and when you look at Paul Simon's Graceland as a really good example, which had a massive South African kind of influence, he blended it, and why it's one of the greatest albums of all time, because he blended that sort of that music into kind of modern kind of, or the time kind of pop rock culture, and he blended to absolute perfection. So it's a real art to take these influences, to blend it and not to dominate it. And I think they could have gone a bit more, but they tried not to, and they sort of held it kind of back, and it was very subtle, and there were moments in there where you go, oh, that was nice, that was cool. So it was very much kind of tried to accentuate the weather, which I actually think they missed the trick, because then actually what the album turned out to be was exactly the way you've described it. Well, this sounds like another generic kind of power metal band, and really, I wanted more. I wanted Arabian Nights shit, I wanted kind of really kind of out there and take me on a journey using those influences. And I think it kind of missed the opportunity and the trick to do that. And I think they should bring it more to the front, and it shouldn't dominate it, but you need something different. And they promised there was, and I said it again, there was Middle Eastern promise, but it didn't quite deliver. It was good. I enjoyed it. I just wanted a little bit more from that as well. So I'm excited to see if they can get a proper artist in, and they can bring that Middle Eastern influence more, for it to kind of marry rather than be, a tag along, if you like. Because otherwise, what's the point? What's the point otherwise? So, but
yeah, like one of my favorite bands is Bloodywood, who very heavily wear their Indian influence as part of their band, and that's part of what makes that sound amazing. I sort of took all the Arabian sort of Middle Eastern influences in this album as just being part of like the theme of the story, rather than it being like some kind of special influence on the sound. I thought they were just like sprinkling it in to give that vibe. Yeah, like I said, I think they either missed a trick there, or just didn't go heavy enough with the theming.
Yeah, I agree. Well, let's find out then, shall we? Let's find out what we scored on this one. Pete, then let's start with you.
Yeah, your classical Pete power metal score 2.5.
And Simon?
I gave it a 3.5.
William, give it a 3. Lauren?
I'm with Will. I gave it a 3.
I give it a 4. And Trish absolutely loved this album. I mean, proper loved this album. I'm not going to read out what she says, other than it was overwhelming love for this album, with a massive 5 from Trish on that score. So, we'll drop for the first time this month. Yep. We drop Pete's score.
I was going for a full month without a score drops, and I failed.
You failed. Well, it's interesting. You say we listen to a power metal, but we've not listened to anywhere near the amount of power metal we have done in the years past.
Oh, yeah, we used to.
On that score. Anyway, so a pretty solid 3.7. Gets into our top 250 albums of all time at a 700 review. So I think that's pretty solid, with a bit of encouragement to kind of maybe level it up a little bit more, and obviously get some better AI art, or not even AI, just get some better art. So okay, let's find our 2-word review, shall we? Pete?
Power Desert.
Power Desert. Oh, it's not too bad, is it? Simon?
Middle epic.
I like it. Lauren?
Promising power.
I'm going for Eastern Delight. What do you think? Hit that like and subscribe button. Leave your comments below. Thank you for tuning in. And you know what we're going to say, everybody. Keep safe. Keep rocking.
do.